the fame of the Israelites are growing. Giving all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem Rakakwadash. I want to read this scripture and then I want to direct you to a video that I stumbled across. Anyway, I'm going to read this. Zephaniah 3, verse 19, but I'm going to start the 17th verse. If you would like, you can read the whole chapter. It says, the Lord Yahweh, thy power in the midst of thee is mighty. He will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love. He will joy over thee with singing. I will gather, and this is referring to the kingdom, the coming kingdom. I will gather them that are sorrowful, and we are all sorrowful, for the solemn assembly, who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden. 19th verse. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her. The husband talking about Israelites. We're likened unto a comely and beautiful woman. Jeremiah 6:2. And gather her that was driven out, scattered. And I will get them, the Israelites, praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. At that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you. And we're in the midst of the gathering. There was a great cry heard at midnight, Matthew 25. So we're in that time. And this is just not about GMS. This is about all the camps out there that are out there pushing this truth, that are sincere. Because if you're sincere and you're one of the elect, you will be delivered. And the ones that don't make it, they're going to come back through you. It says 20th verse again. At that time will I bring you again. That's the kingdom, the New Jerusalem, which we are the New Jerusalem. Even in the time that I gather you. So we're being gathered. For I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushai. It says, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, we're going to see everything. We constantly look up into the heavens to see that the Lord is coming back to deliver us. And from that point on, once we get delivered, it's going to be all downhill. It's going to be gravy. Anyway, it says, I got to find it, 19th verse, middle of 19. It says, and gather her, the Israelites that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. At that time will I bring you again to the Middle East, Jerusalem, and we will take over the whole planet, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith Yahweh. So now where is this here? Okay, this is a video I came across. I started watching. This is Boyce Watkins, and the name of the page is, and I remember, I'll leave it in the description box, Your Black World. And he has a guest. The name of the video, the title of the video is This 21-Year-Old Built a School and Took on Roland Martin. Yeah, Roly Bird Martin. You know, because when the situation happened in New Jersey, or Jersey City, with the guy shooting up, I guess, some Jewish community, and they said he was an Israelite, and that painted with a broad brush all the Israelites like we're terrorists and such, which Roly Bird Martin got on there and condemned us, and the guest condemned us. So fuck them niggas, man. You know, fuck them insiders. Anyway, so this individual that you see on the right of your screen is a young Jake, 21 years old. It says this 21-year-old built a school and took on Roland Martin. So Umar Johnson, you should take a page from this guy. He built the school, man. You got to watch this from the beginning. But this is what I know. This is what I realized. I mean, this is what I heard, which made me say, let me make this video, showing you the fame of Hebrew Israelites. Recently, I saw that they did a show with Shaka Amos, and Shaka Amos basically was, I forget the title of the show, but it had something to do with why is, I don't remember the exact title, but why is the Kemetic community dead? Something to that effect. And the reason why, because the Israelites, you came against the Israelites and you made us even more famous. You know, you can get fame two ways. In a negative light or a positive light. So let me let you listen. This is marker 714 of a 49-minute video. So listen up.
Because I wasn't posting like that. And I posted us doing some sheetrock at an apartment complex. And it went viral on Twitter. And so many people, you know, reached out to me and, you know, were seeing what we were doing. This was back last summer. And we maybe raised about $10,000 in a week for what we were trying to do. And I have been telling the boys for the past 2 years, I was like, look, I'm going to open you guys a school. We're going to open us up a school, and we're going to get you guys taught the things you need to know, et cetera. I was like, I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to have some big boy faith, and we're going to make it happen. You know, so that happened. We got invited to the White House. We got chastised a little bit for that because Donald Trump invited us, of course, but he didn't post no pictures with us, didn't try to use us as no pawns or anything, but people were upset about that. But I was telling them, I'm like, these kids who've never been anywhere, who've never been on any trips, never been on a plane, never really been outside of our city, you know, come from jail, have these records and stuff, and for them to get invited to the White House for the work that they're doing, you know, that's a huge honor, regardless of who's there. If it was Joe Biden, nobody wouldn't be mad. So why is it an issue, you know? And I don't believe none of the presidents care about it.
Joe Biden is Satan. If there's such a thing called an Antichrist, that's the Antichrist, even though we know that there's many Antichrists. No one man called Joe Antichrist. Okay, Barack, Elder Barack, teaching that Barack Obama was the Antichrist.
Anybody. So, you know, that's where I stood with that. So we got invited to the White House, and I mean, just the support has become overwhelming for us. And our support base is so diverse. Like I'm talking about, we have white conservatives all the way down to people in the Nation of Islam. I mean, the Hebrew Israelites to super white Trump supporters, whatever. People support what we're trying to do because the message is universal for doing for self. And that's what I teach my boys. We teach them how to be men.
And I support this young brother. I'm going to keep watching him. We'll get in contact with him. If not us, one of the other groups out there, Israelite groups. But you heard what he said. He said we have a support following. I mean,
or anything, but people were upset about that. But I was telling them, I'm like, these kids who've never been anywhere, who've never been on any trips, never been on a plane, never really been outside of our city, you know, come from jail, have these records and stuff, and for them to get invited to the White House for the work that they're doing, you know, that's a huge honor, regardless of who's there. If it was Joe Biden, nobody wouldn't be mad. So why is it an issue, you know? And I don't believe none of the presidents care about anybody. So you know, that's where I stood with that. So we got invited to the White House, and I mean, just the support has become overwhelming for us. And our support base is so diverse. Like I'm talking about, we have white conservatives all the way down to people in the Nation of Islam. I mean, the Hebrew Israelites to super white Trump supporters, whatever. People support what we're trying to do because the message is universal for doing for self. And that's what I teach my boys. We teach them how to be men. We're teaching them how to protect their women and children. These are the things that I believe, are important for our boys, and they're not learning anymore. And so many people ask, how are you able to change so many kids? Like the parents are just like, how are you able to affect them, so well? And how are you able to, have them come home and not talk back, etc. One, I did some time in the military. And then also I'm consistent with my discipline. I don't let up. They all get in trouble together. They sleep together. They eat together. They do everything together. And I do that to create a brotherhood for them because we have this individualism in our community where we never want to work with each other. So I always let them get in trouble together, even if, one of them's talking back. I make everybody get in trouble. Well, you already know you should have told your brother not to be talking back. He wasn't supposed to be eating after a certain time at night, but y'all let him do it anyway. So everybody go outside. Everybody about to get the high knees and 6 inches. Everybody about to get it. Because I always tell them, if one of y'all got weed in the car, everybody got weed in the car. So I'm just like, yeah. So I make sure everybody get in trouble. But it's just been a beautiful journey, man. And yesterday, you kind of sparked it off. I went on Mr. Roland Martin show, and I was a big fan of his, but he started attacking me on Twitter for absolutely no reason.
Because he's an insider. That Roland the Roly Bird Martin, he's an insider, man. He's one of them goddamn black Greeks. Like I said, he attacked based upon that incident in Jersey City that happened a couple of years ago. He attacked the whole Hebrew Israelite community to demonize it. So, fuck that nigga, fuck him. So he's down in this young brother right here. All props to this young brother.
I had no clue why he was attacking me, but
because he's an insider.
He had tagged me and a friend of mine called me a Republican. And I was like, I'm not a Republican. And he was talking about voter suppression. And I was just like, that's not my fight. I told him that on Twitter. But he was like, well, y'all come on the show. But my friend couldn't come on the show because he's Byron Donald's press secretary. And he couldn't come on the show. So I went. And I was just like, well, I'm going to just get on there and talk about my program and tell him what I am fighting for. And he was like, well, what is your fight? And all that. Well, I was like, well, this is what I'm doing. And this is what I believe in. So how are you going to tell me that not, relying on government is not going to work when I'm doing it, and we're doing it, so I tried to keep it civil. I kept it respectful. And, I did invite him to come speak to my children afterwards. But the slick stuff he was saying on Twitter and the little backhanded stuff he was saying afterwards, and his little panel got on there and said their little stuff about me, I kind of was just like.
And that's what they do. So nobody should go on Roly Bird Martin's a show. That's an insider, man. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.